This is an 1843 copy of the Dispatches of Hernan Cortes. Before I get into it though, I'm Joey from the Pre-Columbian Gentleman. And on this channel, I talk about Pre-Columbian art and the amazing cultures that made it. So I mentioned before in a previous video that I just purchased a book. It's the first edition of the English translation of the Dispatches of Hernan Cortes. It's basically his letters to King Charles V of Spain. Basically propaganda, talking about all the wonderful things, kind of sugarcoating all the atrocities that happened. But the value in this book is with the descriptions of Tenochtitlan, because it's a first-hand edition. The original was actually published at the time of the conquest. So it's the earliest published edition from anybody that counts or describes what Tenochtitlan was actually like. And it was written and published during the time. So it wasn't like, I know there are 6 other conquistadors that published books, but those were published like 40, 50, 60 years later. So this is all current and in time. And so, yeah, there's a lot of propaganda in here. They sugarcoated a lot of stuff, a lot of the atrocities. They actually didn't even mention them. But the value in this goes into the descriptions. And so this is really cool. I'm going to read a couple of excerpts here where he's talking, Hernan Cortes is talking about what he just walked into Tenochtitlan, and he's talking about the public squares and describing them, and they sound incredible, you guys. And again, this is a first-hand account. It's the earliest published account of these fantastic gardens. So it's going back to what, 15? It would be 1519, right? When Cortes first came into Tenochtitlan. But here we go, guys. So, and again, this is a letter from Hernan Cortes to King Charles V of Spain. So it says, this city has many public squares in which are situated the markets and other places for buying and selling. There is one square twice as large as that of the city of Salamanca. And again, it's just a square. And these are as big as Spanish cities. It's crazy. Surrounded by porticos where are daily assembled more than 60,000 souls engaging in buying and selling, and where are found all kinds of merchandise that the world affords, embracing the necessaries of life. As for instances, articles of food, as well as jewels of gold and silver, lead, brass, copper, tin, precious stones, bones, shells, snails, and feathers. There are also exposed for sale wrought and unwrought stone, bricks, burnt and unburnt, timber, hewn and unhewn of different sorts. There is street for game, where every variety of birds found in this country are sold, as fowls, partridges, quails, wild ducks, flycatchers, widgeons, turtle doves, pigeons, reed birds, parrots, sparrows, eagles, hawks, owls, and kestrels. They sell likewise the skins of some bird of prey, with their feathers, head, beak, and claws. They're also sold rabbits, hares, deer, and little dogs, which refer to the cholos, right? Those cholos squintlies, which are raised for eating and castrated. There is also an herb street where may be obtained all sorts of roots and medicinal herbs that the country affords. There are apothecary shops where prepared medicines, liquids, ointments, and plasters are sold. Barber shops where they wash and shave the head. And restaurant, well, that's important too, because the Aztec bathed twice, which was really unusual, because people in Europe, they would bathe like maybe once a month. So, and in fact, in some of these dispatches, Cortes talks about how clean the city was compared to like the filthy cities of the old world. Okay, so he talks about the barber shops to shave the head, and restaurateurs that furnish food and drink at a certain price. There's also a class of men like those in the Castile porters for carrying burthens. So wood and coals are seen in abundance, and braziers of earthenware for burning coals. So those are like incensarios. Mats of various kinds for beds, and other of lighter sorts for seats and for halls and bedrooms. There are all kinds of green vegetables, especially onions, leeks, garlics, watercresses, nasturtium, I don't know what that is, but let's see, artichokes and golden thistle. Fruits also of numerous descriptions, amongst which are cherries and plums, similar to those in Spain. Honey and wax from bees, from the stalks of maize, which are as sweet as the sugar cane. Honey is also extracted from the plant called maguey, which is a superior to sweet or new wine. So that's how they made their alcohol. From the same plant, they extract sugar and wine, which they also sell. Different kinds of cotton thread of all colors and skeins are exposed for sale in one quarter of the market, which has the appearance of silk market at Granada, although the former is supplied more abundantly. Painters' colors, as numerous as can be found in Spain, and as fine shades, deerskins, dress and undress, dyed different colors. Earthenware, let's see here, sorry guys. Earthenware of large sizes and excellent quality, large and small jars, jugs, pots, bricks, and an endless variety of vessels, all made of fine clay, and most of them glazed and painted. Maize or Indian corn in the grain or form of bread, preferred in the grain for its flavor to that of other islands, and terra firma. So it just goes on and on, guys, and describes like this incredible market. So can you imagine 60,000 people engaging in trading and buying? And another thing too that Cortes mentions here is that they actually have the Aztec markets had people that would overlook and maintain the integrity of the integrity of those markets. So, for example, if you were caught selling inferior products or not measuring correctly and cheating out your customer, those people could be dealt with severely. A lot of times it was death. So that's how they maintained the integrity of these markets and just created this incredible buying and selling and just a world-class market. And so yeah, it's just really interesting. And that's, guys, that's the value that comes out of this book, not the other stuff where we all know what Cortes did and you know the atrocities that were committed and whatnot. But the value in this book comes in those first-hand accounts because those are written at the time. And I know the Florentine Codex does talk about these markets, but it doesn't go into detail because think about it. The Florentine Codex was written by Nahuatl, or by the natives at the time, and so Mexica people. I'm sorry, and they, you know, when you see something every day, you don't really describe all of it because you're so used to it, right? But when an outsider sees something, they notice every little thing, and that's what was mentioned here. All the little things that a local would maybe pass over is written in this book. And so he described not only the markets, but goes into description about the temples, mentions Temple Mayor, and just some of the practices how Montezuma lived. And so there's a lot of cool value in this book, and that's what I'm looking for. And so that's what I'm sharing with you. So I'll go through and share some more stuff with you later on in some different videos. But anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy that. And so yeah, first-hand account of what Tenochtitlan looked like. Because that's literally like traveling back into time, because we weren't there. Most of the books kind of gloss over all of that. But if you look, there are some first-hand accounts that tell us exactly what it looked like. And to me, that's amazing. Our culture and our heritage. And my grandparents' side of the family comes from the Mexico City area, central Mexico, and so it's just interesting to think, you know, it's possible that they may have seen these markets firsthand. So I'm sure some of your ancestors as well too. So anyway, guys, hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like follow button for some more great Pre-Columbian content, and cheers and happy reading, my friends.